Hey there! Tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. How would you say living in a bus has changed or altered your relationship? Or has it not had any effect?
Probably made it better, almost. One of the things that we used to always think about in our house was there's this feeling of separation. We had a pretty big house, like an old antique New England colonial, and had a lot of rooms. And I feel like I'd be in the kitchen and she'd be in the living room, or vice versa. And we're just kind of like all over the place. And it was just like kind of diluted. And now it's more concentrated, I guess. And we spend, all of our time together, pretty much. We work together every day. And then when we're home, we're in the same room. I can be, the way we built the bus is it's basically like a kitchen that has some seating and a bedroom and a bathroom in it. And so I can be cooking dinner and Cindy can be planning, something for the farm, and we're, no more than 10 feet away from each other. So I don't think it's been hard for us. We definitely get constant comments from especially like older couples to be like, oh, what do you do when you want to get away from each other? And we're like, we don't really have that problem, fortunately.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that, because I interviewed somebody yesterday, young farm couple. They lived in a van for a while, and they kind of mentioned the same thing of when you're in a house or a different location, you can go to another room to get away. But when you're in a small space, tiny house, van, school bus, away is outside. And so you learn to maybe face problems that you otherwise wouldn't face, or bury stuff or squash it faster. And I think, and this is me thinking because I'm not in this situation, but if you're going to enter a business as a couple, the relationship that business is built on has to be rock solid, because life is inevitably going to throw stress at a relationship. And then you have a startup of a business and a farm-based business, which is tough to begin with. I think that's going to exaggerate or amplify any cracks in that relational foundation very quickly. So having that strong relationship, however that comes about, and if it's cohabitating in a very small space is the way to build that strength, then I think that's just an asset going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've always had pretty open, strong communication, and we were really looking forward to living in a small space together. And then when we started farming, even something as simple as working together to try to prepare the fields this fall for cover crop, we came across challenges, and if we weren't working together, I don't know how we could have gotten through it. And we do face some challenges sometimes. We started farming, or focusing a little bit more on farming, 3 or 4 years ago. And I was able, since I was teaching at the time, to work at that farm for the summer. And then when we moved into the bus, I left my job and started farming full time. And in the winter, we started in the winter, which meant working a farmer's market, selling storage crops for the most part. But I had the opportunity to start farming while Troy was still working his full-time corporate gig. And yeah, so I think when we look at the farm business as a whole, I have a little bit more farming background under my belt. So when we're doing crop planning or seeding or transplanting, and like the harvest schedule and all that planning stuff kind of falls on my shoulders, while a lot of the infrastructure work falls on Troy's shoulders. And we really both kind of have, I wouldn't say separate roles, but we have strengths in the business, and rely on each other for those.
Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube.